Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2021 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always. I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So, let's start with that. Alright, so we have Aries. For you guys, that's your third house of communication. And speaking of communication, there will be a Mercury retrograde in Libra for a pretty good portion of October, so keep that in mind. Alright, we have the South Node, and the South Node is actually in Sagittarius, which for you guys is your 11th house of groups, friendships, hopes, and wishes. And speaking of Sagittarius and 11th house energy, we also got 11 in dice too. So just keep that in mind. Communication, friendships look like they'll be a focus for you guys in some way, shape, or form this month. Alright, so getting started with the main spread. Seriously. There we go. We have the Four of Swords. So that's Libra energy. And could just be saying that you guys might be healing from something. Just resting, possibly even trying to look at things from a different perspective too, because for you guys, Libra energy is your 9th house. So, maybe you've gone through a bit of a tough stretch, right? We see those 3 swords there. That 1 sword by itself, if we think about that, is like the Ace of Swords energy. So, could just be saying that you're really looking at disappointment. You guys might have gone through some kind of heartbreak around the situation, and now you're actually just going through the healing process, getting some insight into what you could learn from that moving forward. But yeah, in general, could just be saying that you guys are a bit out of the spotlight right now, just keeping to yourselves. Alright, and the challenger obstacle position, we have the 10 of Cups. So this is Pisces energy. So it could just be saying that this is what is waiting for you on the other side of that healing, right? So that's always a good thing to know, that at least, okay, you go through the healing process, you do it the right way. Maybe not even rush yourself, right? But knowing that on the other side of that, when you are fully done with the healing, this could be what's waiting for you on the other side of that. Now, for a smaller percentage of you, could even just be saying that maybe that was the problem, right? That maybe you were seeing something in this light, but the reality might have been a bit different. And the reason I say that is because of the card I see in your position, but I still feel that it's for a smaller percentage of you. For the majority, I feel like this is saying that once you're through the healing process, this would be something that's going to be in your near future. Alright, in the foundation position, we have Judgment and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here, and this I usually view as Scorpio energy. So this could just be saying that maybe an opportunity from your past will be coming back around. Could definitely be related to finances, possibly even some investments too, because for you guys, Virgo energy is your 8th house, and that could represent investments at times. And with Judgment, could just be saying maybe you had made an investment in something, maybe it wasn't going too well, and now you might actually start to see that investment improve this month. Let's see. And for others of you, this could just be an offer, an opportunity that maybe you've been waiting for a long time for it to come back around, but it looks like it could finally make its way to you this month. And, that could be a factor with the Mercury retrograde too. It could just be bringing things up from the past. For some of you, could even just be an opportunity to possibly advance your education in some way. So even if it's not going to college, let's say, maybe some opportunity to get a certification or a license you might need to improve your career. That's what I'm seeing there. In the past position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this was something, again, like I said, something that you've probably been waiting for a long time. It might have felt like it was always just out of your reach. And now we see with that Page energy in the past and then the Knight energy in the foundation, it could just be saying that whatever this opportunity was that seemed to have eluded you in the past, it looks like it will finally be coming around for you guys this month. Alright, in the present position, we have the 7 of Wands. So this is actually Leo energy, which is your opposite sign. So for some of you, this can be around relationships, right? Partnerships in general. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection, but it could just be saying that you guys might be a little bit guarded at this time, which I was saying was possibility with that Four of Swords energy too, right? Like I said, maybe you've gone through something recently and it's still a little bit too raw for your liking, to where you're not really ready to be out and about and interacting with a lot of people. So it could just be pointing to that. For others, you could just be some resistance too. So actually, to go with what I was mentioning before, for example, with that Ten of Cups, maybe there's a new relationship opportunity already at play for you guys, but you just feel like you're not ready, right? Because you're still healing from the previous connection. So you could be fighting it all for the time being. That's one way I could see the energy playing out. But yeah, for others, like I said, I feel like there's just, seems like you're a bit in demand this month, but you're not just quite ready to be out there yet. Near future position, we have the Eight of Wands. So continuing with that energy, this is Sagittarius energy though, and like we said, we did see that come up 11th house for you guys with the dice, and then also the South Node. So looks like there definitely will be some interaction with friends eventually. So it could just be saying you need a little more time, but in the near future, you will be a little bit more open and willing to get out there, put yourselves out there, communicate more, just have more movement in general. And it could just be as simple as, sometimes when planets move through the 8th house, so for example, at the time I'm recording this, we're just wrapping up Virgo season. That could be a bit of a heavy energy sometimes, and then you move into 9th house energy, right? We're going to have the Sun in Libra, obviously Mercury, like we said, Mercury retrograde. Mars is in there too. So it could just invigorate you guys in a different way. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Tower. So this calls back to what I was saying, that for some of you, what this Four of Swords and Ten of Cups energy and the challenge could point to could just be saying that maybe you had an idealized version of a situation, right? An idealized vision, rather, I should say, of a situation. And maybe there's something that came to light that kind of gave you a bit more of a realistic look at the situation. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be a huge thing, but let's just say you're in a relationship, a brand new relationship, right? Everything seems to go perfect, and then you guys have your first big fight, right? So all of a sudden that kind of shatters the illusion of, oh, this is perfection, right? But it's human, right? That happens. So for the majority of you, I feel like it was more one of those things. I don't feel it was like a huge situation. For some of you, this could be your desire to create this too. So I think people need to be wary of that when dealing with you. Like I said, if you feel like you're just not ready to be out there yet. So like I said, if this is a one-to-one relationship, let's say, where you're not healed from the previous connection, but someone's putting pressure on you to be in a relationship, you might just completely end the connection altogether. So, that's one way I could see that playing out. But yeah, whatever this is, it looks like if you're going to have the Tower in the spread, the best thing would be to have it in the position of your influence, because on the one hand, I could say if you actually don't want to cause a Tower moment, now you have the you're forewarned to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to be cautious, especially like we said, we have the Aries energy there, which for you guys is your third house communication. So maybe the way you're communicating this month might be perceived the wrong way, so be on the lookout for that. But on the flip side, if you do actually want to cause a Tower moment, if there is something that you are trying to end, this could be good energy to see for that too. All right, in the environment position, a lot of cards came up, so we'll see what we got. We have the Two of Swords, that's Libra energy. Eight of Cups, Pisces energy. Ace of Cups, High Priestess, I usually view that as Pisces as well. Knight of Cups, definitely Pisces energy. And Three of Pentacles. So a lot of Pisces energy in there, which for you guys is your second house of finances. So for some of you, this could be something around finances where you're trying to make a decision. Like I said, maybe you guys had an investment that wasn't doing so well, but it looks like this month that might actually pick up for you guys. Or maybe you missed an opportunity to invest and that opportunity might come back around. Just a couple of different ways that could be playing out. So it looks like there's a little bit of back and forth on that. Now, for some of you, if this is more of a one-to-one relationship thing, you could be on the fence there too, right? Where you're saying, all right, do I want to walk away from what I'm currently engaged in and possibly move towards something brand new, right? Or do I want to repair an existing connection that I have? So it could be one of those things where on the fence, maybe just move toward a brand new connection altogether, or if you're already in one, work on repairing that, right? So looks like you could be on the fence about that. Let me see if anything else comes to mind with this. And for some of you, you could just be looking for something that's more emotionally fulfilling as far as your work lives go, too. So, maybe you're just feeling a bit uninspired in what you are doing for your work, right? With those pentacle energies we saw there. So maybe it's one of those things where you might feel like, okay, financially it might be meeting your needs, but you just feel like, I want more of a spiritual, emotional connection what I do. So you could just be trying to figure out how best to go about that, too. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Five of Wands. So yeah, I mean, I would assume this is more of a fear than a hope, right? But like I said, it does look like there is that bit of tension that we see there, possibly because, like I said, people might be trying to get something out of you before you're ready and healed from the situation. So you might really be, just sitting back and trying to go about it the right way, right? And one of those things where, like, okay, maybe I know I'm not in the best mood, so I'm not even going to bother going out because it might just, rub people the wrong way, including yourself, right? So you might just be withdrawing, but people might be a bit persistent and insistent on trying to get you to come out for whatever reason. So it could be a bit of a concern you have. But what I always point out is whether this is a card that's perceived in a very positive or negative light, it is just hopes or fears. So it's more something that's in your mind as opposed to an indicator that's definitely going to play out. So something to keep in mind with that. And in the outcome position, we have the Nine of Swords, Gemini energy, and the King of Wands, Leo energy. So, seeing more Leo energy here, we actually have the Six of Wands too at the bottom of the deck. So there could be some anxiety around partnerships. Like I said, maybe you feel like someone wants you to move in a relationship faster than you're willing to. That's one way I could see it playing out. And if we think about the Nine of Swords, it's almost like interrupting you from your healing. That's kind of the way I'm seeing it, right? We see the Four of Swords. He's very much resting there, right? And then we see this person seems like they're being woken up with that King of Wands. So yeah, that could be really what it is for a lot of you. I feel like this is saying that there's a partnership at play. For a good chunk of you, it's probably romantic, but it could just be business as well. But I feel like the timing just might feel off for you guys, where you're like, okay, am I really ready for this, right? So it could just be causing you more anxiety than joy at the moment. Now, I will say, if that's the case with that 10 of Cups and the challenge, I feel like it's saying that it does have that potential. So that could be one of the warning signs there, right? Where it might have to be one of those things with the Aries energy. You might just have to find a way to communicate to this person what you're going through, right? In a way that doesn't cause a tower moment, to let them know, hey, it's not that I'm not interested. I have a lot going on right now, right? To try to at least make that effort to see, okay, if I let them know what's going on, will they be patient and give me that space? And then, of course, if not, it would be understandable if you wanted to end it, but I feel like that could be one of those things you might have to approach there. Same thing if it's in the workplace, right? If maybe they're asking you to take on even more responsibility, but you feel like your plate's already full. Could be one of those things too, right? So it could even be a primarily positive thing, like maybe they offer you a promotion, for example, but you might just be like, okay, maybe this timing just isn't right. Like it sounds great on paper, but maybe you need more information from them, more assurance from them. Like, okay, are you guys going to be patient with me as I grow into the position, right? Could be a few different ways that could play out. But again, I do feel like it's saying that underneath the difficulties you guys are going through, there is positive there. And, so I don't feel like there's really a worry about you missing out on something. It could just be saying that, hey, if you're riding a more negative end of a wave, just feel your way through it. When the time is right, it will be positivity waiting for you. And that could be, again, what that Six of Wands is pointing to at the bottom of the deck, too. Saying that when you're ready, when the time is right, you come back out, people will be happy to see you. So that's what I see there. All right, and speaking of happy, your Oracle card is happy, happy. There's the artwork, and the number is 26. So we'll see what this says. Okay, it says joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. The Oracle's message: your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. So definitely a positive message. And I will say, Rever, for a lot of you, I feel I'm just getting that feeling that you're not there yet, right? So keep that in mind. If you're hearing that and you're like, all right, that doesn't sound like at all what's going on in my life, I can see how that could definitely be the case given some of the energies we talked about. Like I said, it looks like you guys will come out of that, and that's what seems to be waiting for you guys on the other side. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says there are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in the reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship, and if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of itself, like bees to honey. So, pretty positive message there. Like I said, if anything, it looks like you guys might have people interested in being in a relationship with you, and you might be the ones who aren't quite ready yet, but hopefully that resonates with you guys either way. And I will say another thing that came to mind too is the fact that Saturn is in your sign, of course, but it will be going direct. I think toward the end of the first week or maybe the second week of October. So that could be part of the shift for you guys as well. Maybe that energy is feeling really heavy for you guys. As it starts to move forward again, you might feel a little bit of that energy lift. All right, the prosperity message says this is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment, too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. So, interesting message there. That last sentence popped out to me where it said, your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. Because that reminded me of what I was saying with this huge pile of cards here, where I was saying that you guys might be weighing, okay, do I stay somewhere that maybe financially is fine, but maybe there is an emotional fulfillment there. So, that was an interesting message there, too. Hopefully, it resonated with you. Okay, and lastly, we have a Mudra card for you guys. So this is the Mudra here. It's the Varuna Mudra. The keyword for it is prosperity. All right, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But under benefits, it says cooling and calming, cures excessive thirst, reduces wrinkles and dryness of the skin, increases overall suppleness of the body, benefits the tendons, ligaments, and muscles, strengthens kidneys and bladder, nourishes and cleanses the blood and lymph, improves memory, tones the sexual organs, and assists healing from trauma related to sexual abuse or shame around sexuality, awakens inner joy and vitality, enhances overall beauty. So apparently this Mudra does a lot. But if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always. I'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.